I'm back. Road Rants for the Matrix and Road Show. My God, Sam Elliott, the legendary Sam Elliott, one of my favorite actors of all time, has put his foot into the ass of some Western called The Power of the Dog. He has come out and he has obliterated this Western. For full clarification, I am a massive fan of Westerns. I don't talk about them a lot on the channel because, frankly, they just don't get enough views anymore. But, I mean, the list goes on. I mean, Gettysburg, the Sacketts, the Shadow Riders, The Quick and the Dead. That's a TV movie, not the Russell Crowe, Sharon Stone, Sam Raimi flick, which is also good. Tombstone, Roadhouse, The Ranch. I mean, my God, I'm a massive Sam Elliott fan. I have not watched 1883 yet, the prequel to Yellowstone. Yellowstone is my favorite series. I'm through the first 3 seasons. Now me and my wife are watching it again because she never seen it. Okay, all that out of the way, we have an Oscar-nominated Western. Interesting, okay? Except from what I can tell from what Sam Elliott has to say, the reason this thing's getting so much publicity is because the Western is, you guessed it, it's woke. Trying to apply current day principles to a Western is the worst idea in the history of bad ideas. When it comes to making a good Western, you have to be perfectly embedded in order to make the set pieces, the surroundings, everything has to feel authentic. This director gets called out for this very thing for this movie. And he says, he just comes right out and says, this whole movie is full of woke bullshit, basically, for lack of a better way of putting it. So, let's get to Sam Elliott because he destroys this effing movie. I mean, destroys it. Sam Elliott calls Oscar favorite The Power of the Dog a piece of shit. Veteran actor, by the way, he was in We Were Soldiers. I love that movie. Veteran actor Sam Elliott has shared his scathing criticism of Jane Campion's Oscar frontrunner, The Power of the Dog, in a new interview. The 77-year-old A Star is Born star, who has appeared in a large number of Westerns over his career, revealed that he was unimpressed with the movie's depiction of cowboys as well as its, quote, allusions to homosexuality. Who do you think is watching Westerns, for crying out loud? Why would you put that in a Western? I've got to be real here. I'm just going to keep it real. The only people that I know that watch Westerns are very conservative, very Christian conservatives. Oh, man. Okay. This movie's got to be a dumpster fire. Speaking candidly, during a wide-ranging interview with Marc Maron, the ranch actor referred to the 12-time Oscar-nominated film as a, quote, piece of shit, as he aired his grievances about the project. Hell, I like Benedict Cumberbatch. That's a damn shame. The 1883 star compared the cowboys in the Netflix film to Chippendale dancers, as he stated, that's what all these effing cowboys in that movie looked like. They're all running around in chaps with no shirts. There's all these allusions of homosexuality throughout the movie. At which point, host Maron stepped in to point out that the film did in fact suggest that the lead character, played by Benedict Cumberbatch, was a closeted homosexual. Oh, for fuck's sakes, you put that in a Western? However, Elliott went on to criticize that when he claimed Campion's lack of insight into the world she had created for the big screen, explaining he believed that she is, quote, a brilliant director. The actor shared his issues with the New Zealand filmmaker's creative decisions as he questioned, quote, what the F does this woman from down there know about American West? Why the F did this shoot happen in New Zealand and they called it Montana? And say this is the way it was, question mark? Recalling that his recent time in Texas while filming Taylor Sheridan's Yellowstone prequel 1883, Elliott continued, I just came from Texas. This is so important, guys, to Westerns and the success of Westerns, what he is about to say right now. Quote, I just came from Texas where I was hanging out with families, not men, but families. Big, long, extended, multiple generations families that made their livings. Quote, and their lives were all about being cowboys. And boy, when I effing saw that movie, I thought, what the F? When Marin tried to defend the film, Elliott retorted, where's the Western in this Western? Wow. I mean, Cumberbatch never got out of his effing chaps. He had 2 pairs of chaps, a woolly pair and a leather pair. And every effing time he would walk in somewhere, he never was on a horse. He'd walk into the effing house, storm up the effing stairs, go lay in his bed in his chaps, and play the banjo. What the hell? Wow. I have even seen in movies where they walk in, take their chaps off, and go sit down or whatever. What kind of a Western is this? I have not seen this yet, folks. It seems to me like maybe I need to do a review on this thing. If it's nominated for an Oscar, what does that tell you? 12-time nominated film, Power of the Dog, seems to be a woke-ass Western, and the critics, I bet, love it. They love it. Isn't that funny? How unauthentic can you get than a woke-ass Western? A woke Western. And look, he's absolutely right. You have to immerse yourself in that environment, in that Western environment. Look, if it was going to be a film about being in Montana in the Old West, better go film that SOB in Montana. Okay? I mean, look, you can even get this down the TV series. There was a TV series that was damn good called Longmire. I mean, you could just tell the environment that they filmed this show in. Even though it was present day, the show took place up in Montana, Yellowstone. I mean, the environment is authentic. That is critical when making a good Western. Never mind you're trying to put all these tones of homosexuality in a Western. Who are you making Westerns for? Again, I'm sorry. I'm going to hurt feelings here. But again, the only people I know that I have ever met that watch Westerns are Christian conservatives. Do you really believe they want to sit down and look? A Western is a family-oriented sit-down watching experience in most conservative households. Do you believe they want to sit down with their families? For example, I sat down with my 8-year-old son and my wife, and all of a sudden we're watching a Western with a bunch of homosexuality overtones in it? That's getting turned off. That's getting turned off at record speed. This is more Hollywood out of touch with its consumer. And bravo to Sam Elliott for not pulling any punches here. Great job for just saying the movie itself is a piece of shit. It's got things in it that it shouldn't be in it. There's tones of wokeness that shouldn't be in this Western. And the Western doesn't even feel like an authentic Western. Look, he didn't try to dog out the director, really. Other than the fact he said she don't know how to make a damn Western. He said she's probably a good director. Man, Sam Elliott keeping it utterly real. I mean, super real. Should I do a review on this piece of shit? I wonder. Chippendale dancers in a Western. You know what? I don't want to do a review on it. Ugh, it seems creepy. Tell me what you think. Sam Elliott destroys Power of the Dog. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.